first off, I am so proud to represent women in leadership roles and women in entrepreneurship. It's exciting to see more female founders and CEOs. I know that this is going to pave the way for other young, career-focused females in this industry. I'd end with saying you can't be something that you don't see. So again, I'm very proud to represent, and it's refreshing to see more women as entrepreneurs, because I feel that we have a lot to add. We can be fantastic leaders, and it's exciting to see that women are representing more and more.
So we had a mentor who I really liked, Brian Snyder. He was a great guy to bounce ideas off of. He also opened up his network to us. So that was good. Yeah. I don't know. A mentor is a very strong word in my mind, as in like what that means. I think he was definitely he was a guide. He was very helpful.
So often on campus, we invent really amazing technologies, and we get really excited about that. But technology alone isn't sufficient to create a startup company. What you really need is to solve the problem of a customer. So you need that product market fit. And that can be really hard for us as scientists to let go of, because no longer is it about how cool and novel our technology is. It's now about how well do you solve that customer's problem? How much better is it than the way they're currently solving that problem? And it's also about the team. So it's no longer just about that technology. It's about building a really not just experienced, but a really talented team that has diverse perspectives and diverse expertise on it.
We have 35 interviews. And in our first 5, we found a guy, Rob Tennant, at the National Renewable Energy Lab, who is actually introduced to us by one of the R2M people. Forget her last name. I want to say it's Shelly. Anyway, she introduced me to this person, and then he opened up his whole Rolodex of people we should reach out to. And that's how we got to our magic 30 or 35 number. And I actually stay in contact with this guy to this day. And we see each other at conferences. He's actually not even in the field. We've made a pivot, so we don't even work with his field, but he's been a great person to talk to. And I think the concept of a champion broadly, even outside of customer discovery, is extremely important.
In my field, I think the perception is that there are not very many women working on energy storage. And that's actually not true. There are several pioneers that have been pretty incredible mentors for me that also happen to be women. But I do think one of the advantages, or a positive that you could take from maybe being one of a few in a community, is that people tend to remember you once they've met you. And so you do tend to stick out in a crowd. And I have really, I think, benefited from that. So in cases where I've maybe pitched to an investor in the past, or I've interacted with a company, I've noticed that they do tend to remember my name, and they do tend to circle back and check in over time. So I think being a woman in a field that is predominantly male actually in some ways can be an advantage, because you tend to make an impression. So I've tried to use that to my advantage when I can.
I think in some ways being a female, I've benefited from being a female in this as an entrepreneur and in this role as CEO at SciVac, in that women are really great listeners. We're really good at listening and taking advice to heart. We can check our egos at the door, so to speak, and we work well. We're team players. We're really great listeners, and that's definitely something that I know differentiates me from other entrepreneurs, as being a female.
It's there is a difference between a champion and a mentor, right? So a mentor is someone that wants to teach you how to do stuff. They're willing to kind of work with you above and beyond the call of duty as far as timing goes, to really push you to that next level. And and a champion is someone that's really excited about your product or your offering, your company, et cetera. And I think it's less about maybe you, and it's more that you want the world to know. I think the term that the marketing guy, Seth Godin, says is sneezers. It's like the first adopters are the people that want to just tell everyone what's going on. And that's important both in trying to network, which is kind of what customer discovery is to a degree, and also your champion inside a company once you're ready to start making sales.